A first group of 14 deportees from the United States of America have arrived in Ghana. Yes, fellas, Ghana is now accepting deportees from the US America.
We agreed with them that West African nationals, were acceptable because all our fellow West Africans don't need a visa to come to our country. So if they decided to travel from US to Accra, they don't need a visa anyway. So if you're bringing our colleague West Africans back, that's okay.
Crazy stuff. Who thought so? Who thought that? Who thought that? Yes, Ghana has agreed to receive deportees who are not Ghanaian citizens, including Nigerians, Gambians, and many others, to facilitate their return to their home countries. So, as Donald Trump doesn't want you anymore, which is very clear, I don't know why people are insisting. Why do you all want to go to America? I don't know. Like, there's no bread in your countries or in Africa. You're looking for better opportunities. Which ones? America, people work 3, 4, 5 jobs. I don't know. I mean, do you need millions of dollars where you have to pay 50% tax? How about you just have 100,000 in an African country where you pay less than 7% tax? I'm just asking. I don't get it. Is it because of the big buildings and McDonald's and cheeseburgers? I mean, you can have your African version of McDonald's and cheeseburgers. Just use maize and some of these other things. I don't get it. Ghana is now receiving deportees from the US of America. So when America judged that a person is not worthy to stay in the land, they're going to be sent in Ghana. 14 people were embarked, they've arrived in Ghana, and Ghana president has been very open to it. And you're probably going to ask yourself a question, why is Ghana doing this? Yes, why is Ghana doing this? Why is Ghana doing this? Listen to the president. The president justifies. No need to ask questions. Straight from the mouth of the president. Listen.
And what you receive in exchange is soft power that, a lot of people have a good disposition towards the U.S. because the U.S. has been kind to Africa and all that kind of thing. But in comes President Trump. He has a more transactional mindset. And he says that the U.S. has been taken for granted for a long time. And so even countries like Ghana in Africa, he slapped a 15% tariff on us from zero tariff. And so Agua is technically dead.
So you hear that? He's basically saying we are doing this because of tariffs. There is now tariffs on Ghana that's going to make our life difficult. And also there are visa restrictions. America used to give us big visas. Look, now they're giving us small. So in the best way to do things so America can like us, let's accept these criminals and deportees in our country. How does that make you feel? Let me just remind you here. Okay, President Mahatma, I have a lot of respect for this man. But when he came into power, he made some changes very quickly regarding gold. Okay, so the gold of Ghana that was being misused and bought in an uncontrolled way in Ghana was immediately subjected to a system where Ghana was going to get the most profit. It was literally limited foreign nationals from buying unregulated gold from the country. Let me just remind you here that Ghana's got a lot of gold. Yes, lots of gold. You see that gold? You see all that? That's real gold, my brother. Ghana, matter of fact, used to be called Gold Coast, I believe, Gold Coast. And that's what it is. So this president came into power and said that Ghana wanted its gold back for the United States of America gold reserve. Okay, because some African countries, I don't know for what reason, stored their gold in America. So he wanted the gold back, and some of the gold came back to Ghana. And people clapped hands saying, well, we're very happy because this is a strong president that's taking a clearly good direction. And we like that. Now, seeing him say that we've accepted these people coming from the United States of America, primarily because of our visas are being restricted, we can't get multiple entry visas anymore, and because of the tariff, raises the question. And I'm not against him, I'm against Africa, because Africa is doing something wrong. Why do all Africans want to please the American government? I'm just asking. If sending illegal immigrants in a third country is not a bad thing, why aren't they being sent to France or Belgium or Holland or Britain or Norway or Denmark? Why are they only being sent to countries that are called shithole countries? I'm sorry. Who said shithole country? Wasn't me. Who said shithole countries? You know who said shithole countries. So why are all these people that are being called despicable human beings because they say they were despicable? They say they are ruthless human beings, killers, rapists and stuff. Why are they being sent to some countries that somebody called societal countries. Is that respect for you? Is that how you show love and respect? I'm sorry, but my problem is looking at an African president, and he's not the only one, saying we're doing this because now we have tariffs, now we have restrictions with visas. Raises one question. The question is not the tariffs and the visa. The question is, how do you survive this in the future? Will you then become the type of person that every time America wants something, you have to bend over? I'm just asking. Because this is bending over. You are bending over because of tariffs. You're trying to save the economy of the country from the tariffs and stuff. And I understand, one side, you being a good father as a president, wanting to look after the country and saying, because my people, I don't want to see them suffer. Let me just bend over so that we can be fine. I can understand why parents will do that. But is this going to be a continuous thing to do? So you're always going to live for pleasing America so that you don't have to suffer? How about you find an alternative to those tariffs? Why do you all have just to export to the United States of America without tariffs for you to have an economy? How about diversifying those economies with different countries? If one acts weird, you can at least turn to the other. Why do you need to see your life stop every time America is angry? I'm just asking, okay? That's the big question we have here. Well, Ghana is not the only country. There's Uganda that's also has accepted to receive deportees and criminals from all over the world. Rwanda as well. Eswatini is receiving people. South Sudan has received multiple people. The Ugandan president says he preferably wants to have black people, because he can deal with them better. He wants Africans easier. Now, props to Nigeria. Nigeria refused to accept people. He said, no, we're not going to do that. We are not going to accept any refugees from any other country. But also you can understand Nigeria already has 220 million people that don't necessarily live a beautiful life. So where are you going to place all these other people if you bring them in? Very difficult. But props to Nigeria. Congratulations for standing up your ground. Now, the reason why African presidents are doing this, they want to be at the good grace of Donald Trump. Okay? Your leaders want to be at the good grace of Donald Trump. It's basically like your father has to lick some other father's feet for you to be okay. It's not okay. I'm gonna tell my dad to stop. Please, let's eat green. It's okay. We're gonna eat green and fruit. But don't go lick his ass. Sorry, Papa. Don't do that. I'm sorry. Let's go to Burkina Faso. Some good news. Burkina Faso has abolished visa fees for all African citizens. Congratulations! Yeah, pick up a coffee. Clap your hand, brother. Congratulations. Okay, Burkina Faso abolished visa fees for African countries. Okay, it doesn't mean there's no more visa. Sorry, it just means no more paying for visa. This is a decree that was signed by Minister of Security Mahamadou Sana. Okay.
En sa séance du 11 septembre 2025, le Conseil a examiné un rapport additif à la loi des finances rectificatives instituant la gratuité des visas au profit des ressortissants des pays africains. En rappel, selon les dispositions de la loi 001-2024 du 22 février 2024 portant conditions d'entrée et de séjour des étrangers, de sortie des nationaux et des étrangers du Burkina Faso, l'accès au territoire national burkinabé est conditionné par la présentation d'un visa valide, et ce, à l'exception, bien sûr, des dispositions d'exemption de visa prévues dans certains accords bilatéraux ou communautaires. Aujourd'hui, avec ce rapport, et ce conformément à la vision panafricaniste du chef de l'État, le Burkina Faso réaffirme sa ferme volonté de raffermir les liens historiques de fraternité entre les peuples africains. Désormais, avec ce rapport, aucun ressortissant africain ne déboursera une somme pour s'acquitter des frais de visa. Il suffit seulement de formuler la demande en ligne et de pouvoir bénéficier gratuitement de ce visa. Alors je tiens à souligner ici que la gratuité n'est pas l'exemption. Quand on parle de gratuité, ça veut dire que les demandes sont toujours formulées en ligne, les demandes font l'objet d'un examen et si la demande est acceptée, alors tout ressortissant africain qui passe par ce canal obtiendra gratuitement ce visa pour venir au Burkina Faso.
It means all Africans can now enter Burkina Faso without paying any visa fees, number one. Number two, an online application is still required, but no payment is necessary. So you do your application online, they read it, make sure you're not Al-Shabaab or something like that. They issue you a visa without you having to pay. So I think this is one step toward being visa-free. Number three, this measure aims to facilitate free movement of people and goods across the continent. So Burkina Faso is clearly moving toward, one united Africa, one step at a time. There are several African countries that go to Burkina Faso with no visas at all. You just show up. But I think because Ibrahim Traore is trying to build things up, but slowly with security. First, he wants to screen people. You don't have to pay for visa, but you can come. Later on, maybe they're going to open up things. Now, Burkina Faso is not the only country. They're joining countries like Rwanda, Kenya, and Ghana, which have also relaxed visa requirement for African citizens. I mean, this is an opportunity for you, brother. Go visit. You've never traveled. Some of the nice countries to see. Ghana is beautiful. Okay? Ghana is very calm, peaceful, lovely place. Nice people. You're going to have a good time. Yeah, Burkina Faso is just lovely. It's hotter than Ghana, though. Okay, Rwanda is very secure, very, very secure. Security-wise, yeah, it's very clean as well. Well, Kenya is mayhem. It's havoc, but you're going to like it. Anyway, this is a step toward borderless Africa. I mean, we all want that. I know, except South Africans don't want that. Borderless Africa. Anyway, I think there must be structure. I want borderless Africa, but I think we need to structure things positively. We need to hold criminals accountable. You can't suppress everybody. You can't stop everybody from coming into your country because you're scared of criminals. Because your country has criminals too. And I know you may say, well, I prefer my own criminals than other people's criminals. They're still criminals. They still kill people. So people that do crime should be held accountable. That's the first thing. Everybody should be punished and face the heavy weight of the law. But that should not stop you from visiting, from seeing, from experiencing other cultures. Let me know how you feel about this. Ghanaian president also now accepting visitors, not visitors, but bad people from America. The US rejects them, but Ghana takes them. Why? He's explained saying we don't want not to have visas to America. I don't know why you want so much visas to America. Why don't you create America back home? I don't know. You can't depend on somebody forever. No, we need the market in America. Create a different market. Work with Africans. Open the border. Okay, controls. Reinforce security. God bless.